What is up, people of the world? This is me again, Alex Swimmer, aka AP3 Jumped, and welcome to the VLogz 162. And today I'm just gonna I don't know, just gonna talk about whatever I want. Really, just I don't really have a set topic for this video. I will start off with saying that I decided to take a break for like the past 2 weeks since April Fool's Day because um I don't know, just this seemed like it was going to be a slow month for me. It seemed like I didn't really there really wasn't anything I wanted to make videos about this month, and no new episodes of anything came out or anything like that, and there's just I don't know, just felt like I wasn't a lot of stuff for me to cover this month. And also for my April Fool's Day video, I decided to keep it simple yet very yet also very creative. I decided to do an entire video, an entire vlog, completely backwards, with a freaking stupid watermark in the front of it to add to the April Fool's charm of the video. So yeah, and that's gonna remain an official vlog actually. I mean, what I actually talked about in the video was how what the Mario and the Smash Bros. Wikis do for April Fool's Day every year, and how some years they really do fool me, and they have fooled me, and I didn't realize it until like sometimes days later. This year, they got me really good this year for like a about a second. The Mario Wiki pretended you need to pay microtransactions or paywalls in order to look at articles this year. in the Smash Bros. In the Smash Bros. Wiki this year, they decided to have an entire tribute to Captain Falcon, or Captain Douglas J. Falcon, because they kept on referring to his full name like literally every single time. I thought that was really funny. The Mario Wiki did a similar thing where one year they had the entire front page dedicated to Donkey Kong, and how there was one fun fact that said, "Oh, did you know that Donkey Kong Country is like the absolute best game ever made? And if you don't agree with me, well, you can suck it." I'm just paraphrasing what that said. And one year they actually turned the Mario Wiki into the Crash Bandicoot Wiki, and there was one year there are a couple times, like I said, the Mario Wiki got me really good on April Fool's Day. Like they said there was going to be a year of the Waluigi, and there was another year that said that there was going to be a Mario first person shooter game in a realistic with it was going to be made with like a realistic art style, you know. All the characters, if I remember correctly, all the characters were going to be realistic in this fake game that I thought was going to be real for some damn reason, and the title of it was just going to be the title of it was just simply called Mario, and yeah, so the Mario and Smash Bros. Wikis, they've gotten me really good over the years, and they've been what they've done for April Fool's Day has been very clever. But yeah, you know, I I was also going to keep my thoughts about this whole pandemic kind of private. But you know what? Drink my water. Excuse me. What I will say is this whole situation with the just this whole fucking situation has it really has messed with me emotionally, but I am keeping my spirits up throughout all this. I mean, I have a butt ton of food, thank God, so I don't have to go anywhere. I can just stay home, because one day I was able to get a fuck ton of groceries, and that way I wouldn't have to go anywhere. So I'm grateful for that opportunity, and so I don't know. It just again, I'm not trying to I'm not trying to reveal my thoughts about this whole situation, but it's like I said, it has definitely been messing with me emotionally. But you know, I have my friends and family to talk to every single day. You know, during this situation, and I'm just like I said, I'm just doing what's advised to just stay home and do what I do best. At home, watch TV and catching up on TV shows, playing video games, trying to finish my backlog of video games, trying to catch up on shows, old and new, watching brand new shows like the Big Show. That's a brand new show on Netflix that I'm gonna watch after I finish this video. And there's a lot of new video games I'm trying to play. Like there's this massive list of games that I want to play, old and new, and for for example, Final Fantasy VII Remake just came out this past Friday. I I am going to play that. However, I have to wait to play that. I can only squeeze so many games into my list because the problem is there's all these games I want to play, right? But I can't play every video game I want to play all at once. That just be impossible. Or at the very least very tedious. So it's a little easier to watch multiple TV shows at once. It's a little easier to do that. So I've caught up on some TV shows and so that's really fun binging on shows, and also I'm trying to catch up on YouTube videos. There's certain channels that I've unfortunately fallen behind on, and I just honestly I'm having fun binging the certain YouTube channels. Like certain channels, it feels like a bit of a chore trying to catch up after like weeks of not watching for some reason, but other channels like Brick Vault, for instance, those are very fun to binge and catch up on, and also the the Smoscast. And also the Smoshcast. I'm literally looking at their channel on my TV screen. That podcast is very fun to listen to and to you know relax with. It's a great podcast to relax to. That's what I'm saying. It's one of the only podcasts that I concurrently keep up with, and one of the only podcasts that I've kept up with since the very beginning, since its inception. The only other podcast that I can say that about is Sunny Eclipse's podcast, which is known as Casa Grande Chats, and it's only these two podcasts that I concurrently watch and have and have been watching / listening to since the very beginning. There are other podcasts that I want that I just happen to watch every so often, like Kings of Influence, Raywin Johnson's podcast, and also the Paleo Stanos POS podcast. I haven't watched every episode of those, but I mean, I guess there's always a certain amount of podcasts you can concurrently keep up with, like every single episode. I don't know. It's just the way I see it. So one video game I have been playing here lately was because around last year I finally I might have talked about this in the video before, but I finally started to play the Rayman series again last year. It was like last spring. So my history with Rayman is very interesting. So I grew up with Rayman 2 and 3. Those are the only games I played growing up. And so I never played Rayman 1. Missed out on Rayman Origins and Rayman Legends when they initially came out. So last spring I made it my mission to play every single Rayman game, all 5 main entries in the series. And so I started off with Rayman 1, realized how balls to the wall difficult it was. Although watching Categoris's review on that game sort of prepared me for how difficult Rayman 1 was, and even then I didn't realize how difficult Rayman 1 would have been. I had to use cheat codes in order to play through that game. But I still played through all the levels legitimately. The only cheat codes I used were for like extra lives and extra continues and whatnot. So then I replayed Rayman 2, and had a blast with that. Replayed Rayman 3, also had a blast with that. The first three Rayman games I downloaded from the PlayStation Store on the PlayStation 3, and the same goes for Rayman Origins. I downloaded that on the PlayStation 3, and playing Rayman Origins for the first time, I absolutely loved it. I love the gameplay of Rayman Origins, and I played that around last September. I played that around the same month I first started working at my current job, and finally, this past month, for these past 2 weeks, I finally was able to play Rayman Legends. More specifically, Rayman Legends Definitive Edition on the Nintendo Switch. So that means, Jill heard it. I heard a car honking outside. Anyway, so that means Rayman Legends is the first Rayman game that I've ever played on a Nintendo console. So that's pretty neat. So, because I always sort of regarded Rayman as like you know, a PlayStation series, very well known for being on the PlayStation. Despite not quite debuting on the PlayStation, Rayman debuted on the Atari Jaguar, actually. But anyway, Rayman Legends. I already thought Rayman Origins was pretty great, but I think Rayman Legends is even better. And it's like for these past 2 weeks I've had a blast playing, and Rayman Legends might be my favorite Rayman game. For a long time, I would have to say like Rayman 3 was my favorite Rayman game growing up. I love all the games. I love every single Rayman game, even the first one, even though it's balls to the wall difficult, which really surprised me upon playing. But I can say with all my heart that that I love the Rayman series. It's just a very unique video game series with a lot of unique characters and a very zany universe, and every single entry feels completely different from one another, not just in gameplay, but in tone as well. The tone of each and every game feels different. Like Rayman Origins and Rayman Legends are the only two games in the mainline Rayman series to share similar gameplay in any capacity. And Rayman Legends has pretty much improved. It's actually almost exactly the same as Origins, but slightly improved actually. So, but even Origins and Legends feel different from one another. Like they feel like their own games, is what I'm trying to say. And what's cool is that Rayman Legends has levels from Rayman Origins. It has quite a lot of them actually. Not every level from Origins is included though. But yeah, that's my bit of my very brief rundown with my history of the Rayman series and how I finished my Rayman marathon. So next I'm going to finally play Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. And then after that, Super Mario Maker 2, and then who knows what's next? Who knows what other games I'm going to try to squeeze into my list. But yeah, I want to talk about something else really quick. I guess I'm going to call this the rambling vlog or something. But I was going to do a review for of the Elimination Chamber. I actually did record that with my friend Michael, but I decided to scrap the video because I didn't feel like I did my best in the video, and we're also having some technical difficulties that I didn't feel like editing out in post-production. And also, another thing, I was going to watch WrestleMania with my friends Michael and Tyler, but due to the pandemic, WrestleMania as we know it was not the same. It was changed entirely, and for that reason, that's the reason I decided not to watch WrestleMania. It was very hard to make that decision, but I knew in my heart watching WrestleMania in this new format with no audience, I just knew I wasn't going to enjoy it. Now I do know that my dad did tell me that there were a few noteworthy matches that he did recommend me watch, and I will watch those matches when I make the time. 3 matches in particular. I can't remember all of them off the top of my head, but so yeah, WrestleMania is an event. It's a spectacle, and this year it wasn't. And some wrestlers even pulled out of the show. So that adds extra fuel to the fire, and that's even extra. That's even more of a reason as to why WrestleMania was just not going to be the same this year, and that really fucking sucks because I was really looking forward to watching WrestleMania. But I'll watch those 3 matches. But so yeah, I don't really know what else to say about that. So yeah. I well, I am going. Guess I'm going to get some ice cream for dessert. I have cotton candy ice cream. So I guess I'll. I guess I'll end off the video real quick. But first, let's get on to randomness now, shall we? If I could pause the video. The random object of the day is a Sweet Tarts lollipop. Yeah, my stepdad bought this for me. He just randomly bought for me because we went to the grocery store together, and I thought he was buying this for himself, but he actually bought it for me. I was like, oh, okay, thank you. So I might try this in. I might try this in the video. I might make a taste test video for this. I mean, the content on this channel is pretty light this month, so I may as well make a taste test video for something if I can. So I do have one very interesting random fun fact, and it's another fun fact about Star Wars, actually. And I learned this from the Brick Vault YouTube channel. Like I mentioned earlier. Did you know that the Rebel blockade runners? My throat's acting up on me again. Did you know that the blockade runners in Star Wars that was actually what the Millennium Falcon was supposed to look like, but that design was changed into the Rebel blockade runner instead, and the Millennium Falcon got an entirely new design. So I had no idea. I never would have thought the blockade runner was the original design for the Millennium Falcon. I never would have guessed that. So yeah, that was a really awesome fun fact to learn. So anyways, that's it for this video. If you liked this video, then don't forget to subscribe, like the video if you liked it, and ring the bell to be notified of future videos I make. I want to bring up one more thing. Also, I'm sorry for shaking the camera. I apologize. I'm actually doing the 6 fan arts challenge. I finally decided to give that a try. Since I'm not a digital artist, I'm going to have to do it traditionally, unfortunately. And since I can't find access to a printer, I can't print out that template. So I'm going to have to redraw the template as best as I can, as close to the original template as I can. I mean, if I have to make it my own, then people are customizing their lots of people are customizing the template as is, even digitally. So people are cropping it and recoloring it, and then recoloring the backgrounds, and yeah. So lots of people are making this their own with this challenge, and this is one of the only trends that I will have ever participated in. The other trend being the ice bucket challenge. So I mentioned on Twitter. I asked people on Twitter what to suggest. Any fictional character goes, and I only got 2 responses. So I'm trying to reach out a little bit. I'm asking my friends and family in real life what they could do, because the point of this challenge is I have to ask others to suggest fictional characters that I can draw. Like, I cannot choose the characters I draw for this. That's not the point of this challenge. So I'm now asking you guys to suggest characters to draw for the 6 fan art challenge. Like I said, any fictional character goes, whether it be a video game character, a movie character, a TV character, a book character, like a mascot character, anywhere from like Batman to Scooby-Doo to Bugs Bunny to Mr. Clean to the little Caesar's mascot to and little Mr. Peanut to literally any fictional character goes. This is free game for any fictional character on the face of the planet, no matter where they come from. But no OCs though. No OCs that aren't licensed, pretty much. So yeah. Comment below what fictional characters you want me to draw for the 6 fan art challenge that I will be doing on Twitter. So yeah, there you go. And if I get enough requests, I might do more than one page. So we'll see what happens with that. Anyways, once again, I'm Alex Wormer, aka AP3Jumped. Thank you so much for watching until the end. That is it for me, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.